Another aspect of watching includes how we view the world. It seems these days people are so involved in entertainment. We love to focus in on the trivial, the things that are temporary, the things that don't last. Kind of more of a materialistic, physical point of view that, hey, I got to turn on the TV and I watch endlessly for hours and hours, and we are entertained in that way. But part of the aspect of watching is involved with how we use our minds. Oftentimes we don't use our minds the way we should. How do you use your mind? Do you use your mind the way that God intends? There are so many people that are just mentally lazy. And the interesting aspect of this when it comes to watching is that it's focusing on using your mind. Don't just go with the flow. And so when you read passages like 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 16, verse 6, in verse 6, it tells us this: do not sleep. Of course, we recognize one of the things with watching was stay awake. Stay awake. Don't sleep as others do, but let's watch and be sober. Watch and be sober. If you read this in the New Living, it says, be on your guard. Don't be asleep like others. Stay alert and clear-headed. Stay self-controlled, in other words. And so that includes staying alert to our spiritual condition, because God wants us to be zealous. God wants us to study His Word and read His Word and be zealous about having that close relationship with Him and really understand what He's telling us. And so we're to think about it. We're to meditate on it. We're to focus on that Word, because God wants us to be well-informed. He doesn't want us to be ignorant. God deplores ignorance. He hates it. And so we need to be different than the rest of the world. We need to properly use our minds and stay awake and stay close to God, because as we recognize what's going to happen here, oftentimes we see how God emphasizes that fact that we use our minds in a spiritual way. In fact, how often did Christ criticize the Pharisees and the Sadducees for the way they thought, for the way they used their minds? You probably remember that famous interchange where Christ said, oh sure, you can look at the sky, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the sign of the times. And so they weren't using their minds in the right way to stay properly close to God. So what an admonition for us. We are to watch. And remember this connection. Properly use your mind. Read and study and stay close to God.